while London trembled with the crimes of Jack the Ripper. Across the ocean, on the dusty streets of Mexico City, a man left an equally cruel trail of death. Jack hunted prostitutes in the shadows of Victorian Whitechapel. Francisco Guerrero Pérez did the same in the alleys of 19th-century Mexico. Two different worlds, but the same instinct. The desire to control, punish, and kill. As Jack's name became legend, Francisco, El Chalequero, would be forgotten. The Latin reflection of the English monster. Two killers. The same century. And the same cold gaze on the body of a defenseless woman. Evil, after all, doesn't just speak English. In Mexico City, among dark alleys and forgotten tenements, a figure walked at night, an ordinary man in the eyes of everyone, but who hid a dark secret. Francisco Guerrero Pérez, Mexico's first documented serial killer. Known as El Chalequero, the strangler of prostitutes, he defied the police, eluded justice, and shocked an entire country in the late 19th century. Francisco Guerrero Pérez was born in 1840, in Mexico City. Little is known about his childhood, but he grew up in a period of political instability and extreme social inequality. While still young, he became a tailor, a respectable trade. But on the nights when work was over, Francisco wandered through taverns, brothels, and dark alleys. He was known for being vain, always well-dressed, with an impeccable waistcoat, the famous vest that would earn him the nickname, El Chalequero. His crimes began around 1880. His victims were always marginalized women, prostitutes, widows, or poor working women. He lured them with promises of money or affection, but when they were alone, the mask fell. Francisco attacked them brutally, strangling them with his bare hands or with a scarf. After the act, he left the bodies thrown into canals and alleys of Mexico City, where the police found them hours later. The newspapers of the time began to call him the woman strangler. It was a time when the term serial killer didn't yet exist, but Francisco already displayed all the traits: compulsion, victim pattern, and need for control. The murders were repeated so frequently that fear spread. In 1888, the same year Jack the Ripper terrorized London, Mexico City was experiencing its own hell. Mexican police, under pressure from the press, launched a manhunt. After a woman's body was found in the Canal de la Viga, witnesses pointed to an elegant man, wearing a waistcoat and a well-trimmed mustache, who had been seen with her hours earlier. Francisco was arrested in 1888, confessing to some of the crimes. Sentenced to death, Francisco achieved something unthinkable. With the support of some contacts and for good behavior, his sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. In 1904, after 16 years, he was released, but the monster hadn't disappeared. Shortly after being released, another woman was found dead under the same circumstances, strangled, in a secluded area. The marks on the neck and the way he acted were identical. Francisco Guerrero Pérez was captured and convicted again, this time with no chance of escape. He died in prison in 1910, at the age of 70, the same year the Mexican Revolution broke out. The records show a man with superficial charm, manipulation, and absolute disregard for human life. His victims were chosen for their vulnerability, and he took pleasure in punishing them, as if they represented something he hated. A murderer who saw himself as judge and executioner of the poor women of Mexico. While Jack the Ripper became a legend in England, Francisco Guerrero Pérez was his Latin American mirror, forgotten by history, but equally brutal. A man who proved that evil has no borders, language, or social class. He just waits for the right moment to emerge from the shadows. Have you heard about the case of El Chalequero, Mexico's first serial killer? Leave a comment. What drives someone to kill for pure pleasure and feel untouchable? And if you want to continue delving into the darkest minds in history, subscribe to Behind the Mask of True Crime and don't miss the next episode.